Hey guys, my name's Cassie. Today we're in our Native American village here at Cub World. Welcome to Middle Tennessee Council's first ever virtual campout. Today we're going to be working on the yo-yoing belt loop. So all you're going to need is a yo-yo with a string like this. So the most important part of yo-yoing, as with anything you do, is going to be safety. So you're going to want to make sure you're in an area where you have space, there's nothing around you, there's no people or items that you're going to hit, because it is a heavy item on a string, a yo-yo. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to establish a safety circle. So make sure that when you reach out with both your arms, you can't touch anything. And if you can do that, then you're good to go. So the second thing we're going to do is this is your yo-yo string. Make sure that the yo-yoing end is attached firmly to your finger. Otherwise, when you go to do a trick, it might completely fly off. So the next super important part is we want to connect our yo-yo string to our yo-yo. So if you look at your yo-yo string, you have one end will be connected to your finger and one end is twisted like this. This twisted end is the one that's going to go on your yo-yo. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to untwist our string at this twisted end. And if you untwist it, it's going to make a loop like so. And this is the loop that we're going to put around our yo-yo. So if you look at your yo-yo, the middle part has this gap. You're going to put your yo-yo string over your yo-yo like so, through that gap. And then you're going to retwist the yo-yo string so that it's tight against your yo-yo. You really want to make sure that there's no extra room in your string, that it's twisted really tight. Otherwise, your yo-yo could fly off and hit somebody, and we don't want that. So the next thing we're going to do is you're going to want to wind up your string. So you're going to take it, you're going to grab just a little piece of it, and then you're going to wrap it around. And once you've wrapped it about 3 or 4 times, you can let that loop go because then it'll stay. You're going to wrap it all the way around like that. So the next super important part is the loop that goes around your finger. How do you attach that? So what we're going to do is a lot of yo-yo strings will come with a loop here at the end, but if they don't, then you're just going to tie a standard loop around the end like so, and then you're just going to take your string, put it through the loop, and that's going to create a slip knot. And that slip knot is what's going to go around, typically around the middle of your middle finger. All right, after you learned how to attach the yo-yo to your finger, tie your knot, a very important part of yo-yoing is having the correct string length. So if your string is way too long, then you won't really be able to control it well. And if it's really, really short, then you really won't have much movement. So how you do that is now that it's connected to your yo-yo, you're gonna take your string, make sure you put your yo-yo so it's resting on the ground. And then you're gonna wanna measure where your belly button is. So for me, it's right around where my scalp belt is. And you're gonna measure right there is where you're gonna wanna tie your loop. So right at where your belly button hits with the yo-yo on the ground. So right here is where we're going to tie our knot. And after we tie our knot, then we're going to create our slip knot. And you are ready to start yo-yoing. So next I'm just going to show you guys a little bit about the gravity of the yo-yo and the way that it works before we start learning those really cool tricks. So the way the yo-yo's gravity works, it works like a pendulum. So a pendulum measures time. So if you swing your yo-yo gently side to side, like a pendulum, the time that it takes to move from the left side to the right side is called a period. So it's a period of time. So everybody hold your yo-yo about here, swing it gently from side to side. All right, and so if you hold it a little bit further down and you gently swing it, your time period is going to be longer. And if you hold it a little bit closer up like this and swing it, your time period is going to be a little bit shorter. So now we get to do the fun stuff, which are the tricks. So you're going to wind your yo-yo, hold your string, slowly wind it like so. The way you're going to throw your yo-yo is really simple. You're going to hold it in your hand like this. You're going to put your middle finger with your string in the ridge of the yo-yo. And so you're not just going to throw it. You're going to turn your hand over so that your wrist is facing up, and you're just going to let it roll off your hand. You're going to want to throw it a little bit hard, but it's just going to go off your hand, like so. And then once you throw it, Whoop. You're just gonna turn your hand over, pull it up. All right, so the very first trick that you're gonna do, it's called the gravity pull. It's where you throw it, and as soon as it reaches the end of your string, you turn your hand over and you pull it up. So what you're gonna do, turn your hand over, like so, let it roll off your hand, throw it, and as soon as it gets to the bottom, you're gonna turn your hand over and pull it up. So down and up, down and up. And that's your simple trick. It's your very first trick. It's called the gravity pull. And the longer you do it, the easier it will become. So a little bit about my yo-yoing history. I've been yo-yoing since I was 10 years old. My older brother, he competed in a couple yo-yo competitions, so a little bit of history. So the yo-yo I'm using right now is called a Duncan Butterfly. These are pretty simple. You can buy them at Walmart, you can buy them Publix. A lot of those kind of grocery store places will have the Duncan Butterfly. And it's really good for beginners. It's a perfect starting off yo-yo. This one is called a Counterattack. I ordered this one online. It's my personal yo-yo, and it's a little bit nicer. It's what's called an unresponsive yo-yo. So if I throw this one, it won't pull up back to my hand. I have to do a little bit of a string trick to get it to come back up to me. This one is responsive, so you're gonna throw it, you're gonna pull it back up, and it'll immediately come back up to your hand. Little bit of difference in yo-yos. The responsive is definitely gonna be better for beginners because you don't have to throw in that string trick. So this one, for the sleeper, the up and down, is gonna be your basic beginner yo-yo. It's gonna be perfect for beginners. This one is what I'm gonna switch to. It's a little bit more complicated. So you're gonna take your yo-yo, take your loop, put it on your finger. So after you've learned your gravity pull, which is straight up and down, you're gonna learn the sleeper, which is a little bit more fun. You throw your yo-yo, and it just spins here at the bottom. It just stays. That's your second trick. Little string trick, get it back up to my hand. You're gonna take it, throw it off your wrist, and just let it stay. Don't pull it back up, just let it stay. This is gonna be your second trick. So, after you do that trick, there's a little bit of a more complicated but more fun one you can do. This one is called the elevator. You throw your yo-yo off, you reach down to about the middle of the yo-yo, grab your string, take your second hand, come down below, put it on the ridge of your yo-yo, and then just pull. Up and down, just like an elevator. Again, you're gonna take your yo-yo, you're gonna throw it off your hands, like this. You're gonna take the middle of your string, bring your other hand down below, put it on your string, in the middle in that ridge, pull it up and down, just like an elevator. All right, you got your first trick, which is the up and down, the gravity pull. The second one, which is your sleeper, just stays. And then you have your elevator, which is you're gonna grab the middle of your string, pull it down, pull it up, back down, like so. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed learning some cool new tricks and some new skills with the yo-yo. Film your tricks down below and post them. We want to see them. That'd be really cool. Now I'm going to show you a couple cool tricks of mine. So with those simple tricks that I showed you, you can learn really, really complicated tricks, and they all build off of each other. So with your sleeper, you can do string tricks. So this one looks like a flag. You can do the Eiffel Tower. Or you can do Rock the Baby, which is a personal favorite of mine. And then, of course, there's always those little bit more complicated ones. With the elevator, put it on your string. Did you turn it? Flip it. So those are just some examples of what you can learn with the tricks I just showed you. Or, you know, you can learn a little bit more complicated tricks, like these. And those will just come in time and with practice. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed. See ya.